There's nothing special about the squat, bench, deadlift, snatch, insert any exercise you want here. They're all made up. There's nothing biologically magical about any exercise. They're all just different ways to move your body and achieve whatever goal you want. So what point am I trying to make here? That you can just do whatever you want? Well, yes, but I'll get to that later. The first important point is that your body doesn't have to move in one certain way when you're performing an exercise. That's because the body's made to move in all different kinds of ways, and it can adapt to all different kinds of movements. Now, this is more from an injury perspective than a performance perspective, because for performance, there can be more efficient ways to do a certain exercise. You're trying to increase that exercise, achieve a certain outcome, target a certain muscle, but even then, there's still a wide range of movement that can be situationally more efficient for the individual. So it's not so strict, and it depends on the person. But for injury, this means that you don't need to be afraid of certain movements, like rounding your back, letting your knees cave in, flaring your elbows, the list goes on. This also means that you don't need to be so neurotic and robotic with your form and worry about doing things wrong, like rounding your back when you're lifting. By doing that, you're often only limiting your strength potential and making yourself less resilient overall. That's because to your body, movement is just movement, and it can adapt to all different kinds of movement. Can I say movement more? If you never get into some positions or do certain movements, then you're going to likely be stiff when you do have to do them, or you're not going to have the capacity when you're inevitably forced to do them. And that's where the problem arises. That's because life is chaotic, and if you choose to live it at all instead of trying to live in a bubble, then you're going to be forced to get into some awkward positions. It's inevitable. So it's better to build up your capacity for all different kinds of movements rather than avoid them. That capacity factor is the important part. Whenever you're exploring new movement and trying things for the first time, no matter what the movement is, you need to find an entry point that is well within your capacity so that your body can handle it, recover from it, and get stronger from it. And this goes for any exercise or movement. The problem is that people avoid certain movements and then get thrown into them well above their capacity. They then wrongfully think that the movement is the problem, even though their capacity for it is only at 50 pounds, but they're throwing their body into it for the first time ever at 300 pounds. This is what is called being a total fucking idiot that is incapable of critically thinking or applying load management. I've been that idiot before, so this comes from a place of understanding and hope that you can get past that and get stronger. So what's the solution to this? Well, you need to drop the belief that certain movements are bad and that you have to do movements in a very certain and strict way. And you need to accept that all exercise is made up and that the body can adapt to many different movements, so you can do whatever you really want to do. The body is extremely adaptable, and by exploring new movements, you'll expand your movement capabilities and build up more overall resilience. It will probably also make exercise a lot more fun. You can get as creative as you want, or just keep it really simple and make small tweaks to the conventional exercises that you're already doing. I also suggest looking up old-time strongman lifts because they're great for getting you out of your comfort zone and they're tons of fun. Also, Atlas Power Shrug just dropped a book on them. I haven't read it yet, but I have strong reason to believe that it's going to be a great resource for it, so I suggest checking it out. And again, the important thing whenever you're trying out a new movement is to start small and well within your capacity. This goes for both mental and physical capacity. If you've always had certain beliefs around a movement or been told that it's bad, you may have anxiety, fear, other feelings and beliefs when you go to do that movement and have some apprehension. So you need to not only give your body time to adapt, but also your mind so that you can freely do the movement and have confidence in yourself. At the end of the day, there's nothing magical about any movement and it's all made up, so you can do whatever you want to do. I hope this video has helped you get out of your head with exercise and broken down some walls around fear of injury, as well as just training in general. Thank you for watching. Now go out there and make some gains.